for the opportunity to speak at this August forum. For the past 2 decades, Dimagi has been focusing on implementing digital health solutions worldwide, targeted at frontline health workers, specifically in rural and underserved population segments. Today, I would like to share with you some of our learnings about the application of technology to improve outcomes in maternal and child health, or MCH for short. First, I will outline why MCH matters and the key challenges thereon, followed by a model of change, citing examples from our work in India, where we have leveraged data to improve MCH outcomes, and conclude with some key takeaways. In the first place, why does MCH matter? India is a signatory to the UN Sustainable Development Goals that need to be achieved by the year 2030. In the context of MCH, these include reducing infant and maternal mortality rates, as well as bringing about universal access to healthcare services for sexual and reproductive age groups. Besides, it also involves improving nutritional indicators of women and children to mitigate nutrition-related problems, including reduction in underweight births. Let us look at some of the challenges. India's public health system largely relies on outreach, where community health workers such as the ANMs, ASHAs, and Anganwadi workers cover the last mile. Service delivery relies on tracking key health and nutrition indicators of women and children, especially children under the age of 6. On the top of this outreach layer, there's a 3-tiered institutional mechanism of which the primary healthcare centers and the extension or wellness centers, as we call them, are at the grassroots. For many years, much of the data was paper-based, and the challenges of paper-based systems of being slow, inefficient, and error-prone are pretty well understood. Though there has been sporadic automation, visible levels of digitization have taken place only during the last 7 or 8 years. Currently, individuals receiving services have too many touch points that are disjointed in the value chain. This is due to the fact that they have been served by different people at different locations or different periods of time. We therefore need to put the individual at the center, and the best way to portray the situation is when everybody in the value chain is able to see a consistent set of data pertaining to this individual. What I have seen as an overpowering theme in the health system approach for MCH domain across all our initiatives is what I call as the ABC model, where A stands for awareness building, and B stands for bringing about measurable health-seeking behavior, and C stands for caregiving, which should reflect in timeliness and quality of health services delivery. It would therefore be necessary for data to cohesively flow between the frontline worker who is equipped with digital apps and various software systems across institutions so as to ensure continuum of care. Besides, the data should also flow to various levels of administration for quicker analysis, decision, and exception management. Let me share a couple of examples of how data has impacted MCH programs that we have done. A Dimagi partner in Uttar Pradesh was able to reduce maternal and newborn deaths working in coordination with ASHAs, and this was achieved by improving the pregnant women's knowledge of danger signs during pregnancy. We observed a 78% increase in awareness among women with lower levels of education, being extremely conscious of these danger signs and seeking timely interventions. There is also a significant cost saving as compared to the money that would have been otherwise spent to avoid such deaths as part of routine healthcare. Furthermore, we have observed a consistent trend across all of Dimagi's solutions to include counseling for awareness creation. This is both for frontline workers and the individuals benefiting from these services. It is interesting to note that some of our partners are also expressing interest in assessing the time spent on counseling versus the improvement in health-seeking behavior. Lately, we have observed factors like stress, anxiety, and fear as causal factors precipitated by the pandemic, which is more pronounced in the MCH sector. Vaccine hesitancy in pregnant women and lactating mothers, and anxiety to visit healthcare facilities, either for immunization of children or to undergo the prescribed minimum antenatal checkups, have been qualitatively observed. What would have been really helpful in this context is to get some real data that can throw insights into the magnitude of this problem and what steps can be taken to resolve these important issues. As you can see, the ABC model of awareness building, driving behavior change, and providing caregiving is present across all of these initiatives. So what have we learned from these projects? First of all, a reaffirmation of our belief that data has the potential to revolutionize. However, it is not without challenges, and let me highlight some of the key ones. When it comes to data, the first and the biggest challenge that we have faced is interoperability. A unified view of an individual from all facets of health and nutrition becomes indispensable in data-driven decisions. On the flip side, we have seen a big challenge in terms of uniquely identifying this individual. So data models should allow for a multitude of ways by which an individual can be identified at various touch points. We need to be innovative on how we optimally find a solution to these conflicting needs that can enhance both interoperability and unique identification. Scale is another critical element. I have consistently observed that we need to maintain an appreciation of how data completeness and quality would be impacted when systems are taken to scale, especially from pilots that are run under near ideal settings. We also need to keep an eye for defining friendly processes that can cater to migrant populations, urban poor, adolescents, and early reproductive age groups, as well as to accommodate certain cultural practices such as pregnant women moving in with their parents during childbirth. We should ensure that data is readily available to support a plethora of such ecosystem realities. More importantly, all data needs need to be timestamped. In the absence of this, a pregnant woman could remain pregnant forever, according to the data. At Dimagi, we take due care to address data quality, minimizing fragmentation, duplicity, and data redundancy so that the data can provide greater value to all stakeholders. We believe strong basic data can foster adaptive and resilient responses through better visualization and actionable dashboards, while serving as a foundation for adoption of emerging technologies such as integration of medical devices, analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. For the past 20 years, Dimagi has been on the leading edge of reimagining health services delivery. We see tremendous potential for impact through thoughtful application of data and digital technology to front lines of care. Thank you.